Welcome back to guys. It's time for another volume review of another manga. Welcome once again. Now, this is not the right volume. This is where I want to get myself to. This is volume 5. I'll be reviewing volume 3 today, which I'm reading on the side because I want to get to that volume pretty quickly. Volume 3 was pretty intense, actually. We get 3 new characters. Her, who actually is in the front cover of volume 5, is a new character in volume 3. So we get to know who she is a little bit. Not the same reaction we get from that cover from to this one, but we'll talk about it in just a minute. Before anything, guys, if you haven't checked out yempress.com, check them out. Great company. They release a lot of stuff. They actually have not sent me volume 3 to review, but I am buying it myself. I buy it online, but we'll be getting it pretty soon. So I decided to just read it where I can find it, just so I can have something to review for you guys today. So make sure you give them some love, yempress.com. Also, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can follow me on social media and other places by checking the description below. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's volume 1 and 2 also already released. They're in my channel, and I'll be releasing volume 4 hopefully in the next few weeks. You might see in the next week or two. So we're following the life of Akira. Akira once was a Japanese salaryman, and now he is living his second life as a goblin. And essentially, he's creating a small town of goblins, but also people that were part of the Demon Lord's community or group, because he himself took the Demon Lord's ability. Now, there's a lot to it, so do watch volume 1 and 2 if you want to know more about his powers. But essentially, the goblins themselves, as they're born with gifts, and when they die, they can give the gift to someone, and he just happens to be one that can receive as many gifts as possible. So he's become stronger and stronger because he has a lot of abilities. He can also give abilities which helps other people evolve in their own abilities, but pretty much once you're born with something, that's what you have and you have to deal with. So the only thing beyond that is if you can evolve it. So this chapter itself, it ends and starts with him talking to Prince Albert, and that pretty much I guess I'll start with that. Prince Albert is wanting to find peace between the goblins and the humans. They're helping out. They're allowing a specific goblin to go into town and sell clothes, the name of Echigoya, and everything seems pretty fine. Now, the volume ends with Echigoya being beaten up, and I don't know, he's beaten up pretty badly by humans, and that doesn't obviously go well for Akira. It also ends with Albert confronting Akira and asking him to basically make a country out of what he has already. And one of the elves, which they show up, and I'll talk about it in just a minute, but she uses her power against him, and it basically, he has a rewind power. So even though he was forced to say the truth, they don't know it because he rewind time. But this gave the whole like confrontation and how the elf seemed to act around Albert and how Albert reacted with the elf. It gave Akira confirmation that Albert's ability is to rewind time. How he's using it, he doesn't know yet. But he's obviously, we know as a reader, we know that Albert basically wants to make Akira the next demon king, to essentially get a better trading or a better trade out of him than from what the previous one was. So we don't know what that exactly means, but we'll go from there. Second part of this, and probably the main part of this volume, is Akira finds 3 elves. 2 of them, they're starving themselves, and essentially they're dying because their leader has perished, and the Demon King, and essentially they don't eat unless they're ordered to. And Basically, Akira takes command and orders them to eat, and eventually heals them. And we have three elves, and we basically see a little bit of each one throughout the volume. First is Dyke. She's in the middle. She's the one that wasn't really starving herself, but she definitely is the prettiest one. We get a little fan service from her here in this volume. Um, she is the go getter, I guess, from the group. Um, and has an ability of idolship, so people will follow her, and he evolves her ability, basically makes her an actual idol, and goblins are in awe of her. Then we get a second elf, which she's probably also another main character in this volume, I would say, is Eunomia. Eunomia is the youngest one, and she has like a little sister complexity. She loves her big sister, and anyone that talks to her is a meanie, right? So she kind of she has that like toxic relationship. Doesn't want to make friends with Akira. At one point, she tries to, but walks into Akira doing not so friendly things to her older sister, the oldest one, which we'll talk about in a second. And so she's definitely kind of like the tsundere style character that we get from her. And then the third and last character, which we don't get a lot of her in this volume, is Irini. And Irini is the one that has the ability to force people to say the truth. She's kind of has that kind of poison in that she can control. And she's the oldest of them all. She also messes around way too much fan service wise with Akira. We don't really see her until like the last two chapters, and she becomes like a main thing in the last two chapters, but that's really about it. So that is basically them. The only other character that we really see recurring is the demon girl who was part of the demon uh, group, Kuroe. Yeah, I believe that's her name. She basically is the one that founds the elves. She also is the one that helps the elves try to fit in better. And she's also a tsundere style, doesn't want to be too friendly with Akira yet, but she is at the end of the day. And the human who is guarding them, she also reoccurs. She's kind of being less of a main character. She was kind of a main character for the last two volumes, not so much this volume. She's still there. She's still definitely giving information to Albert because she needs to, but it seems like she's more on Akira's side than Albert's at this point, but we'll just have to see. For now, that is it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Are you reading this series? Because not a lot of people are talking about it online. So if you are, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.